Hi friends, hope you're doing well. I'm Dr. Milind. So we are always fascinated by toppers. Recently, INICET 2022 May session results were out, and there were a lot of students who scored very exceptional ranks. So we have always this notion that what is that X factor that these toppers have? Like we always say that it's very difficult to come in top 200. So let's try to decode it. So we have a very special guest today, Dr. Pratap, who has scored rank 73 in INICET May session. So let's try to know his secret. So hi Dr. Pratap, welcome to
Hi,
our
sir.
session. So please introduce
Thanks.
yourself.
Hi, I am Dr. Pratap from Guntur Medical College, Guntur. I completed my UG in 2K15 batch and completed my internship in 2021 April.
Okay,
I
so
secured a rank of 73 in the recently conducted INI.
yes, that's a great rank, Pratap. Can you tell your previous ranks, like what were previous ranks
Yes,
and
yes, sir. My first attempt was NEET PG 2021 and the rank was 53K. And the second exam I wrote was INICET November 2021 and the rank was like 13K. And this is my third exam,
okay,
like
so from 53,000 and around 13, 15,000,
30.
now you have end up in 73 within a
Yes,
span of I think 6, 7 months. So students who
yes,
are
yes,
preparing for INICET in November, definitely this is a very good example that it does not matter what rank you had in the previous session. You have to let go that negativity, that anxiety, and you have to prepare with
yes.
all the might for the next target. So Pratap, what kind of students you were like in UG? Like you were like among the toppers, or like studying all the time, or just studying when needed?
Actually, during the third year during the part one, I actually borrowed the marrow. But there are two groups of people: the people who bought marrow and studied continuously, and there are the people who bought marrow but for the sake of buying it, but do not use it,
Yeah,
and
following the
they will
trend.
regret after. Yes, sir. But they will regret after 2 years. I wasted a lot of money like that. So I belong to the second category. Actually, I bought it with a lot of enthusiasm. Like I will start now only to the PG prep. But there is guidance is there, but there is no correct pathway for what to follow, which one to study like that. So actually, I started my prep seriously in last year, 2021 April, sir.
Hmm.
And the 6 7 months I followed the classes. It took 6 7 months for me to complete the entire video lectures.
Hmm.
uh, and after the like September, October, I completed the videos and lectures all. October to November, December, I did my first revision.
Hmm.
And Jan I did second revision. Feb, like there on each month one revision. So before going to INICET, I completed my 4 revisions perfectly.
Perfectly.
And the last 10 days were like glance of all the
Subject,
text,
all the
all the.
material.
Yes, sir, I
So
have
this
written.
is very important point that you have mentioned, that revision is the key. Lot of students, they keep searching that what is the secret of success. There is no point.
Yes,
You should plan like 3 to 4 revisions is adequate. I say that
yes,
your the number of revisions, like one good read followed by 2, 3 good revisions, then you will be able to get a good rank. There is no secret that you have to like read a lot of things and you won't be able to remember anything. So that I think that is one of the reason why you the success you got, because you planned your revisions well. So, Pratap, what was your source of preparation? So, if you elaborate that a bit.
yeah, sir. As I previously said, in third year I bought marrow.
Hmm.
The first subject I saw in it was physiology. Like Krishna Kumar sir is absolutely fantastic. The only subject I saw was the physiology in the entire year, third year. The next year I saw gynec. So 2 years I saw only two subjects. I bought a
Okay.
plan of 2 years, so it was completed. And next again I bought for a plan of 2 years.
Okay.
So I was like, no, it is the recorded lectures are somewhat difficult to complete because of there is no set period of time like this. You have to complete like this time in these videos, this
Yes.
time
Yes.
no particular. So I decided to join the live classes, face-to-face classes in Hyderabad, Bhatia.
Mm-hmm.
But mm, 3 to 4 days before the starting of the classes, there is an announcement that there will be no live classes, and they will conduct the classes in the online mode. So I joined that, but there is a particular I will, for particular subject there will be different platforms, like anatomy I did from Bhatia, physiology from Marrow, and biochem from Prep Ladder, pathology from Bhatia, pharmacology from Marrow, and microbiology from Bhatia, and FM from DAMS, and ENT from Marrow, Ophtha from Bhatia, SPM from Prep Ladder. Like medicine and peds are from Bhatia, and surgery and gynec are from Marrow, and the short subjects are all from Bhatia.
Okay, that's great. Though you remember like the list from where you did. I just want to emphasize on one point. When we used to prepare, like earlier, like we had only two platforms, like DAMS and Bhatia. We had around 2017-18. So what I used to observe there, like the students who used to do a regular Bhatia class, they will join the T&D of DAMS, and vice versa, just because of this fear of missing out. What I advise students also the same thing, that if you're not happy with the source, for example, I am doing a particular class, I'm not happy with the physiology notes or a biochemistry notes, then either you go for a review book, or if you can go and buy, suppose for example, any class handwritten notes, if you're comfortable, if you get someone, like you have given a list, and I think students can write that down, because you have that experience that these classes have this subject in particular, that that is good and that is better. So I think you have given that list, but do it from, I believe that you have done, like for example, if you have done physio from Marrow, you have done only it from Marrow, not from like Bhatia.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is the point. One subject, one source.
Yes, sir. I used to search which one are the better. No particular platform is better for all subjects, sir.
True, very true. Truth. It's impossible.
It's impossible. So I used to search which are the better for the particular subject, and I used to follow. For one or two subjects, I used to, okay, it's no problem. Short subjects, okay, let's see from anywhere, no problem like that. For big subjects like gynec and SPM, I used to follow the teachers which are good.
Which are there? Okay.
No, all the teachers are good, but I used to have.
Yeah, definitely, it's upon personal. Yes.
Yes,
Pratap, how you used to plan your day? Like, tell us about your day, like during preparation time.
Yes, sir. During the initial 6 months, they were only video classes, video lectures, watching the video lectures, and doing the notes, revising the notes on the day itself. Like when I used to start the day by watching the videos since morning 9, like that, and completed it by 2 hours break. I used to watch for 2 hours and take a break of 15 minutes, and then alternative like that. I used to watch for 8 to 10 hours a day of the videos. 8 hours, sir. 8 hours, not 10 hours, 8 hours, because I want to pause the video and written some points like that. So I used to watch 8 hours a day, and on the particular day itself, I used to revise the notes I have written at least once, because it will pile up on like that.
Yes, it keep adding if you don't read. Yes,
like that. I used to say, okay, let's finish the subject now only one reading, because the next subject, if you don't revise this, it will pile up on and adding.
Yes.
It will create a lot of chaos.
When did you finish your videos, like video lectures, like before exam?
Yes,
how much time?
I started in April 24, sir, 2021, and I completed it by October 10th, 2021.
Okay. And after that, how was your day? Like when videos were not there, how used to plan your day?
Yes, sir. During the initial days, it was like that, because during the videos we were like, okay,
something is happening.
Yeah,
it's like a passive learning.
Yes, sir. Reading a day along is a somewhat
difficult task.
Somewhat tough. Yes, sir. So initially I planned for 8 hours a day, sir. For the initial 10 days like that. 2 hours break for 2 hours, 2 hours each break. And I used to complete the Q bank of the subject in that stipulated time only, sir. For particular topic for which I am very confusing, I used to go to that Q bank module first, and the easy ones I ignore the. For example, in anatomy there is embryology part, sir. It is not very important, so I think maybe I can skip the video module, Q bank module of it.
Exactly.
Like that, we do not have to do all the. Suppose I am doing the. I have done Marrow cubing modules. Sir. They are roughly 850, 850 something like that. We can complete the 850 in single year. I think it's impossible for me.
Yeah,
At least for
exactly.
me,
That's what I tell all the students. You don't have to do everything. You have to
so,
do what is important.
yes, sir. There is a osteology part in anatomy. You don't have to do all the one histology
Yes.
part like that. Roughly, there will be one question which we will know by reading the notes itself.
Okay. I will integrate two questions now. I have like two questions next. First is about the first aid book. Like, did you use it and how did you use it? And second is, how was your MCQ? Like, how many MCQs you solved daily, or what was your approach to MCQs?
Yes, sir. First of all, I don't know about the first aid book till I saw your videos and some YouTube videos, because I've never heard about it. During the February, I think my exam got postponed. NEET exam got postponed to May. So I think I will add an extra source to uh,
Yeah,
the existing
existing.
syllabus, because existing ones, because by the first year parts are very elaborate in
Yes.
first year and second year topics. So initially I don't read the whole first aid, because it's too vast one to be completed in 2 months.
Yes. Yes.
My suggestion is to integrate it, to accumulate in starting itself when you are preparing.
Yes. Yeah, that is
Because
what I told students. Yeah, add it in the beginning of your preparation. Read at
beginning
least
of,
five to
because
ten.
yes, sir. It is very vast. If you want to study in last 2 months, it's
And it's
impossible. I
it's
say
it's a
it's
difficult book to read. I mean, it seems vast. The book is very small, but it is so vast. It is
but
so high
yes,
that after reading two page, you feel tired.
yes, sir. I read only the biochem part, and the I am weak in biochem, so I read the biochem part, and patho some I read. Not whole book I read,
Yeah,
because
so
the time
but
is
that is
less.
the message is you should start it early, and a lot of
Early.
toppers and they are recommending it, so you should not miss out on that. What about
It
MCQs?
should, yes, yes, sir. It should be an add-on to the existing notes,
Yes,
not only the particular. If you go only by first aid, okay, it's okay, but I recommend it should be add-on to the
true,
existing notes like that.
true. What?
The MCQ I usually do 100 to 200 daily, sir.
Okay.
My first GTs were like, I started, some teachers said, start your GT when you start preparing, because if you think I will start GT by when I done the reading once only, then you will be in a back race like that. So I started the GT in July only, sir. I actually started in April the videos, but I started the GT in July only.
And how many GTs
But
a month, or like what was the
yes, sir.
frequency?
Yes, sir. Starting it was like only once per month. The Marrow used to conduct per month. I took it once per month, but the scores were like 200. I used to study only 160, and I feel exhausted, because the subjects cover only 3 or 4 subjects.
Yes.
But I used to tell myself, okay, I have read only 3 or 4 subjects. I am not able to answer all 200. So okay, my initial marks were like, out of 200, I used to get 70 correct, like that. Once I completed the entire syllabus, I have done the GT one, Marrow one, and the score was like 120 out of 200. At the end of one whole revision lectures, and the first revision was like three subjects at a time and one GT, sir. Suppose there is a patho, micro, and physio, and then one GT. Like the three subjects, I used to make a timetable, and the Bhatia people gave me the timetable of their revision plan. So I used to follow that one, and I used to take a GT at the end of every 3 subjects like that, sir.
Okay, and
So
what was the? Yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
sir, yes, sir.
You complete. You complete.
Yes, sir. First during the first revision, my scores was like, it used to climb only just by 10 marks, like 130. Yes. I used to worry.
And what was your maximum score of your GT, like you had?
Yes, sir. During the last phase, the Marrow GTs were in last year were like for my batch was like very easy, sir. Like they used to give very easy peasy one, because of not demotivating the students. Okay. Like that. So my score was like 178. The last GT I formed in the Marrow.
Hmm.
But it was very easy when I in the heart I knew it was very easy when the exam was
Okay.
not going to be like that.
Yes. But what I tell students that 150, 160, even 140 to 150 is a good score in GT to have,
Yes,
but
sir.
consistent, like not only in one GT, but if
Yes,
you
sir.
have
Yes,
consistent 140, 150 score, you are going to get a
yes, sir.
very good rank in final. What
Yes, sir.
about
By chance,
yes? I'll move on to the next question. So a lot of students have this
yes,
thing that a lot of students are during their in their internship. So what do you
yes,
advise?
sir.
Like internship is very hectic. So how should they do it?
I usually advise to, if you are in gynec postings, do the subject their own. Like gynec postings will be there for 2 months, I think,
Hmm.
in every college. So it will be 2 months will be for 2 months will be like so much time for gynae to complete. Like that in every posting you have to complete that subject. I will suggest that one. We are not able to follow because
Yes, and I believe it's see, I feel that internship is very hectic, and
yes,
it's
sir,
up to
yes,
someone that whatever time you get, you should read.
yeah,
Instead
yeah,
of
yeah,
worrying
yeah,
that I don't have time, you should spend that time also in studying. I believe because internship is going to be hectic, and you have to find a way. I believe, and
yes, sir.
like when you are in your posting, you solve MCQs. When you come back, you read theory. I think it's a simple advice. My next question is, what was your revision strategy? Like, how many days? How did you plan your revisions? Like, how many days you
So
need to complete one revision?
one revision I used to I take 70 days. The first revision I used to complete
Okay,
70
70
days
days.
in 70. Second revision I took about 38, 30, 30 to 40 days, sir. Fifth,
Mm-hmm.
10th, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Third revision 5 days less, 35, and fourth revision 1 month, and fifth revision like
Mm-hmm.
10 days, 10 days.
Okay, so as you can see that as the revision will progress,
As the
the number
revision
of days
progress,
will be yes, the number of days
yeah,
will be less. Did you make any
yes,
charts or something that to help in your revision?
yeah, sir. I used to write the patho ones, like the genes.
Mm-hmm.
We used to forget that one easily. So I
Yes.
used to paste on the notes itself. I used to find a empty place and used to stick the notes there only. Write the gene and what is the mutation,
Mm-hmm.
like that. Disease and mutation,
So
disease and mutation, like that. For patho, for anatomy, yeah, nerve palsy, like that.
okay,
The
whatever
that
is
one I used.
volatile that the charts you use.
I used to stick the note in notes only, sir. Like
Okay.
not on
Yeah,
the
that's a better way. That's
walls.
also a good
Yes,
way rather than going
yes, sir.
here and there.
It's double revision. When you read the notes, you also look at the charts and
Charts and yeah, that's a very useful advice.
yes,
What about like I'll ask you about the exam day now. We have covered most of the question.
yes.
Like when you attempted the exam, what was your mindset? How many questions did you attempt, and like did you feel anxious and scared?
Actually, my primary goal was to crack the NEET PG. Not I don't dream of INICET getting a 73 rank like that. Not primary. This one, my primary goal is to crack the NEET PG one.
Okay.
So I used to take like a GT one. It's another GT, not really anxious. It's so I used to go and perform like a normal GT. I used to think like that, no anxiousness like that. So when before the exam last 10 minutes, I was like, okay, the paper was little going to be little tough. I thought
Hmm.
INICET was like that only because the previous November INICET was little bit tough
Yes.
compared to the previous INICETs. So initial 100 questions, when I used to do the Marrow exam, my first attempt, first reading, I used to complete 150 questions easily. Whichever may be the difficulty, I used to complete 150 questions at a go. But during the exam, for the first 100 questions, I completed only 45 and left 55. I
Yes.
was like,
What
what
has
is going
happened?
like suddenly the tough questions were came to me in the first 100 only. The when I go to the second 100, it was like okay, it was moderate like that because the easy questions was in the last ones.
Okay.
So in the initial go, I completed up to 125 like that, sir.
Hmm.
125 in
So that means you are
180.
you are like most of sure like the you are sure about the 125 questions initially, and
Yes,
other
sir.
you needed that
125, I was
thought process.
sure. Yes, sir.
So I have been telling students, even the INICET toppers, like I believe your percentile is 99.7 above even that. And
Yes,
what
sir.
I tell students that even toppers they are between 140 to 145. I mean they're not sure
Yes, sir.
more
Yes,
than
sir.
that because it's a level of difficulty of
Yeah.
INICET. So you cannot
Yes, sir.
target than
My
that.
score was like that only 140 to 145
And how many
calculated with
questions did you attempt? marked?
Sir, I attempted 197 like that.
197. Yeah, that's a good number. And I think, what I always say that it's justifiable to attempt 140, 150 maybe. But everybody is going to
Yes,
attempt 196. So if everyone is going to take a risk, you cannot, miss out on things.
yes, yes,
So that is also a very good piece of advice. So summary, I'll just summarize that Dr. Pratap, who have scored 73 rank, and he has shared his all secrets. So I just want to ask the last question, that what message you want to give to the students, and all the concluding remarks, that what all you want to say. The stage is yours.
yes, sir. Never think of the past ranks because my rank was like 53,000, and my relative used to ask me what is the rank, but I used to say I did not get a decent amount of rank like that. So don't think about the past exams and past, because my past exams was I did not complete revisions. So I think okay, it is justifiable not to get a good rank because I don't complete my revisions.
Yes.
So I will say at least at least do 3 to 4 revisions before going to the exam, and in the last 10 days you go through a quick glance of the topics.
Mhm.
And the PYQs are important, but the recently conducted INICET, the
Fine.
PYQs are 6 to 10 like that, very
Yes.
minimum. But the previous INICET papers are like there used to be 20 like that. So
Yes.
PYQs are always important, I think.
Yes. Yes, Pratap.
At least the
Very,
top
very rightly
topics
said.
were
And what I want to say about previous year question, that what I tell students, that even if the pre-IQs are 6 or 7, in
yes, sir.
competitive exams that makes a difference. It's like a
Yes,
cheat
sir. Yes,
code. You already know the answer of 6 to 8 questions.
yes, sir.
Like
Yes,
you don't have to think. You see the question, you have seen it before you directly mark it. So even if the
yes, sir.
questions previously are questions are 6 or 8 or 20, I think it's a added advantage. That is, and this is what actually I learned from my seniors. They always emphasized on the importance of previously asked questions. So you should always
Yes,
go through that. Did you feel
yes.
like depression or sadness during your journey? Like, and how did you fight it? Like, did you feel like low? No, I'm not. Because a lot of students ask me, sir, I feel low after getting a student. I mean, I saw my rank, and I'm not able to study. But did you feel, and how did you fight that?
Yes, sir. I during the 2 attempts I previously gave, the rank was like so I feel low, but there used to be some motivation. Okay, I there used to be justifiable because did not read, so I don't get. But when you used to read also, you don't get. It's very hurting because you already done the hard work and you did not get the result. I used to tell is move on like that because someday or the other day you will get the rank or like that.
Yes, and this is the purpose of conducting this interview. There are a lot of promotional interviews, but the reason why I
Yes,
just I just wanted to talk to the toppers and the people who have done it. Like, the reason we even started the channel was to fight that mental stress that the student have. Students start feeling they're worthless. What is the message? Is you're not worthless. It's the kind of exam that you have. It's the
yes,
competitive exam. Even if you do like 1 2 mistakes, suddenly your rank is shifted, but that does not make you a bad student. One day will
yes, sir.
come, you'll achieve a better rank, you'll achieve a better score, and suddenly you'll be a superstar. And then people will follow you, like, okay, what you did, it becomes a gold standard. Like till yesterday, we don't listen to them, but suddenly a result, day comes, and then, because that's all the hard work. You don't know
Yes,
until the result that whatever you are doing is the best. So I always tell students, you have to invent your way of studying. Like Dr. Pratap has developed his own style. Like, he told us about how he studied, how he read. So his way of doing it, and that is how you score rank 73. And I think you have done a tremendous job, Pratap, and I think it is going to motivate a lot of students. And definitely thank you for giving us the time, and answering all the questions so kindly.
yes, sir. Thank you. And finally, I want to say thank you, sir, because during the low times I used to watch your videos also. I used to see you said your journey through the NEET PG and INICET, and how many attempts do you give? In spite of you getting the 5,000 rank, you said I gave as many attempts as possible because to get the rank in INICET.
Yes.
So I I used to tell myself, okay, it's if you hard work, it will come
Yes,
someday
it
or
will
other day.
come. That is what students should understand. See, I'll again re-emphasize the fact, the competitive nature of the exam make it like you might fail at once. but you
Yes.
cannot regret in life. In medical life, people say, yeah, I took a drop, I wasted 1 year, I wasted 6 months. But I think in medical line it does not matter, because you have to
Yes.
think after 6 years. For example, Pratap got into like INICET now. He's ranked 73. Definitely is going to get a seat that he want. But if someone who is inspired by Pratap and he writes next INICET, so it will be a span of just 6 months. So when you see
Yes.
Pratap and yourself after 10 years, you both will be MD medicine. Like for example, if you want to take MD medicine, you both will be a successful doctors. And nobody is going to ask you whether Pratap did in May session or you did it in a November session. As long as you get it, right, Pratap?
Yes, sir. Yes. Absolutely.
So I think that is what we can learn. Despite of getting such like 50,000 and 13,000 rank in the November session, Pratap has worked really hard for next 6 7 months, and he got this extraordinary ranks. So let's conclude. Thank you, Pratap, and again, many, many congratulations. And we all hope and pray that you get the seat that you desire. And we wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.